Hello, everybody. Welcome to Comic Book Syndicate. This is Michael and G.I. Julie.
Hey, look, the old crew is here.
Yes, just the two of us. All right. I am calling in from Windsor, Ontario, and you are calling in from
St. Thomas, Ontario, home of Canada's sweetheart, Rachel McAdams.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Wait, where's Ryan Gosling from? He's from nearby, isn't he?
He's from like St. Mary's, London. Oh, Kevin Zegers is from St. Mary's. I think Ryan Gosling is from London.
Or like, somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah, like an outlying town.
Cool. So anyway, we're here to talk about League of Super Pets. And the very quick background is that this is a partially adapted from a classic DC property called The Legion of Super Pets, which was a spin-off of the Legion of Superheroes, which is awesome. And, I love Krypto, I love Ace. These other characters, actually, most of them are from the comics, which I didn't really realize when I saw this. Mm-hmm. But I guess, should we summarize the plot of this movie? Everyone who's watching the review knows what happens, right? Basically, this Krypto, he's got powers. A bunch of other animals not magically, but they get powers accidentally. And they end up fighting against Lulu, who's a bad pet.
Lulu.
Yeah.
Daughter of Cinnamon.
Yes. And that's pretty much it. It's, that's basically the plot. There's a lot to say about this movie. I'll just say that my first instinct is that I think I was right with the way I felt about the trailer, which was the trailer left me a little bit lukewarm. I thought the humor was a little bit average. And I went in, I'm always hoping to see something as good as Lego Movie or Lego Batman or Spider-Verse, but this movie did not quite reach those heights. It was definitely fine, but I didn't love it. What did you think?
I thought that for me, so Lego Movie to me is like Toy Story, virtually flawless. So to me, this movie wasn't virtually flawless. However, I'm not there with your assessment of like it just being lukewarm for me. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. I love pets.
Yes.
I loved the background, sort of backseat that the Legion, the Justice League took. So they have those are my initial great feelings about this movie. Is like I really, really enjoyed it. It certainly helped that I went to see the movie with my sister and her daughter really enjoyed it. Okay. And I don't know if I was just feeding off their energy, sure. But I thought the jokes landed. I thought the jokes were pretty funny. However, there was one character that was played for laughs that I didn't find very funny, but we're going to be covering the characters later. We can talk about that.
Well, first I'll say that the movie opens up on Krypton, and that was probably my favorite part of the movie. Obviously Superman's my favorite character, but also Aquaman. But I love seeing a really cool animated version of Krypton inspired by the 1978 Richard Donner film, right? Like with the white and like the S symbol on both of their chests.
Yeah, and everything's kind of like blown out.
Right. Yes, everything's like overexposed. Right, you're right. Yeah. It was a great opening. It just makes me wish we could see a good Superman movie, not Man of Steel, not Superman Returns, but something actually good. So anyway, but as far as the actual pets go, I liked all of them, but I will say that someone posted an article recently talking about how they're basically casting big name celebrities as voice actors is, number one, it's ineffective, but also there's plenty of talented voice actors out there. So my theory has always been, I don't think any kid goes to see a movie because, Dwayne Johnson's the voice or Kevin Hart's the voice. That's my opinion. I don't think it matters. I mean, we had 60 years of Disney films with 0 celebrity voices, and they were all huge box office hits. So I personally don't think it has any effect. But what did you think? I mean, do you think that overall the voices were effective? Were they useful or?
Yes, to some extent. So to your point about celebrities being cast, I would make a case and argue that The Lion King and Aladdin effectively hired celebrity voices to sort of pad out their cast. Like we had Whoopi Goldberg, we had Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I am forgetting so many people. James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
And then in Aladdin, they really
Robin
kind
Williams.
of, yeah, they really, yes, they had Robin Williams. Not everybody was a celebrity. They just had some sort of propping up that property. In this one, however, like you said, I would argue that people, kids and adults alike, might actually be going to see The Rock because he has that kind of clout with both demographics. But I will agree that you're probably right about like Kevin Hart and like, unfortunately, like Kate McKinnon. However, I'm going to see it for Kate McKinnon for sure.
Well, yeah, let's be clear. Like, Dwayne Johnson's probably the biggest star in the world, or one of them. Mm-hmm. But to me, he didn't sound like Dwayne Johnson. I could really tell it was him. Kevin Hart, popular comedian, but he did sound like Kevin Hart. Like, that was clearly Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, I didn't even know it was Keanu Reeves.
No, there were some lines that we were delivered where I was like, oh my God, that's Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Thomas Middleditch and Ben Schwartz both have like a younger generational following. So kids, quote, might be going to see this movie because of that following. Everybody sort of has a following in their own right. Like even Diego Luna, he is like in his own sort of in his own way a space daddy as well. Mm. So and John Krasinski. However, it's strange that Natasha Lyonne is one of the voices.
See, at least she's known for her voice, right?
Yes, she's known for her voice, and it was like they reached into every niche or genre in like North American like Hollywood media. And we're like Mark Maron was Lex Luthor. Like they really plucked from everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, you know what? We might as well. Do you want to just jump right into these? We've just mentioned a bunch of them. Do you want to just talk about all of them really quickly?
Oh yeah, why not?
Okay, so we've already mentioned Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart. I mean, they both did a good job, but
yeah. So just for anyone who's listening and like enjoys a recap, Dwayne plays a Kryptonian Labrador Retriever named Krypto, right?
Right, yes. And he is Superman's actual dog, yep.
Yes. And Kevin Hart plays a rescue boxer named Ace.
Which is based on Batman's actual dog from the 1950s, Ace the Bat Hound.
Yes.
Awesome. Keanu Reeves was Batman. John Krasinski was Superman. Ben Schwartz, who was he?
He was either Mark or Keith.
Oh, that was funny. That was a good gag. Yeah, I like that.
Middleditch and Schwartz were Mark and Keith. So they're like a comedy duo.
Gotcha.
They're like really well-known Jewish dudes in Hollywood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would I have seen them in?
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's okay. You don't have to. I mean, that's okay. I definitely recognize them, especially Thomas Middleditch. He looks familiar. Yeah, so I've definitely seen him in something.
You would recognize him from people probably telling you to watch Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Like at least Thomas Middleditch. So he plays like a software engineer.
Okay. I want to talk about my least favorite and then my favorite right now. First of all, my least favorite. You've already mentioned him. I thought this guy was totally miscast, and that's Mark Maron as Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Because first of all, what is he from? Because I have no idea.
Mark Maron, I just know him off the top of my head, and this is going to come off as so terrible, but just like from being loud. But he does the WTF with Mark Maron podcast. Okay. On television, he hosts the Mark Maron show. He's kind of he is on Glow. I know you'll know him from Glow. He's the manager of the entire team of ladies.
I've never seen Glow.
You haven't seen the Glorious Ladies of Wrestling?
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Oh no, you can't let that one get away from you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a history of something that you were definitely interested in.
Okay, I'll check it out. But
yeah.
I think the problem with him though is his accent, and I don't know if it's New Jersey or whatever it was, but to me it was totally wrong. Like I know
absolutely New Jersey.
Yeah, there's different versions of Lex Luthor, but you have like Gene Hackman, who like they're all supposed to be intellectuals, but you have the Gene Hackman version, who's kind of like over the top and temperamental, and then you have the animated '90s one, which is like super laid back, right? And then you have the one from Smallville. Oh, he's my favorite, Michael Rosenbaum, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was good. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg's probably the worst, but this guy was. At least Jesse Eisenberg, I was like, okay, I get what they're trying to do. With this guy, I'm like, no, they just miscast him. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't. It really had no bearing. But it did feel the most like it was the biggest miss.
Right.
I would say, like, you shouldn't. The voice acting shouldn't take you out of the film.
Right.
But every time Lex Luthor spoke, I was like, this is a celebrity voice that I'm trying to pinpoint because I know it, but I don't know it. And I found myself kind of getting caught up in that, who's this voice actor mystery? And
I agree.
It didn't, it wasn't like natural.
100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to talk about my favorite voice in the whole movie. She earned every penny of her paycheck, and that's Kate McKinnon as Lulu. The thing about Kate McKinnon is she's so subtle, her sense of humor, and all of her different characters are so specific. The intonation of every word she says, and I was like snickering for the entire running time of the movie every time she opened her mouth.
Yeah.
She's so freaking funny. She was definitely the strongest link in the chain, I thought.
Yeah, so Lulu is an evil hairless guinea pig who, it turns out, used to be a guinea pig in Lex Luthor's laboratory. She is the only one who sides with being evil.
Right.
Because she was experimented on and became a little evil genius. So she just wants to be Lex Luthor's sidekick. And I think it was Krypto. We find out that she was released with all the other test guinea pigs by Krypto. And Krypto, she didn't want to be released. She was like, no, this is my home. I am evil. I am with Luthor. But he took her and put her into a pet rescue. And that's kind of where we get Ace. And that's kind of the catalyst of how they all know each other. She's been in there sort of grinding her gears, plotting her escape while the other animals plot their usual, like, I'm trying to break out of a pet rescue escape. And she's just trying to, like, help Luthor from a small cage dominate the world, which is such a strange goal for a guinea pig. But here's the thing, it's so weird, is that she does it.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Like, she single-handedly, as a guinea pig, obtains, and this is where you'll come in, Mike, she obtains orange kryptonite.
Which, as far as I know, was invented for this movie.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So orange kryptonite gives the user, Lex Luthor was experimenting with it because the myth or the information he has is that it gives you powers. And he is hoping for powers for himself. And Lulu became so smart as one of the test subjects that she figured out that it does give powers or imbue the user powers, but the users must be animals.
Yes, awesome. Good little twist there. I love it.
Yeah, so she gets a chunk of it, accesses it inside the pet rescue, and that is how all of the other animals, including herself, gain, like, powers. So Ace gets laser eyes? No, he just becomes
I think he just becomes strong, which in the comics, Ace is a normal dog, but in this, yeah, he's super tough and super strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Lulu gets telekinesis and maybe also laser eyes.
I think I can remember. Yeah.
Merton the turtle, who's played by Natasha Lyonne, becomes very fast, but her sight is still compromised from her being an old ass turtle.
Right. And we should point. I just want to point out Merton McSnurtle is a real character from DC Comics, but she Merton. I don't know if that's a boy or girl, but in the comics, but they were not related to any of the superheroes. They were just their own side character, like their own star of their own strip.
Yeah. You know? The terrific What's It in Funny Stuff #1, created by Martin Nadell.
There you go.
Yeah, is where Merton McSnurtle is from.
But it's cool if they went to the comics for these characters. That's good.
Yeah. So Merton gets super speed. Now the real underdog of this team, in my opinion, is Chip, the red squirrel.
Sure.
Who kind of like just has debilitating anxiety.
Right, yes.
It's played by Diego Luna, and he gets electrokinesis. So
right.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And we should point out Chip is not a pet in DC Comics. Chip is an actual Green Lantern from a planet of chipmunks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Spelled CH' for anyone from an alien race who happens to be listening.
But I noticed in the movie they spelled it IP.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, unfortunately. We talked about Natasha Lyonne, or is it Lyonne?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, then we have Vanessa Bayer from SNL. I love this actress. She played PB. Who's PB again?
PB is a potbelly pig, and I believe that PB is new. I'm not getting any hits for who PB used to be, was, or where they came from.
Okay. Yeah, probably a new character then.
Yeah. She also has a little bit of an anxiety, but it's more of a belief in herself to do things.
Okay.
And she's also kind of your super fan. So she's our conduit to knowledge.
Right.
So she's a huge, she's always kind of playing the, what's the trope? The person who knows what everything's going on.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. In an M. Night Shyamalan movie, they'd be the one with the book that explains everything, right? About the mythology, but I can't remember what the trope is called. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So she knows who Wonder Woman is. She knows who Superman is. She knows who Krypto is. Mm-hmm. Because Ace doesn't know, nor does he care who Krypto is, which is kind of adds a little bit of hilarity to the plot. But yeah, PB is such a super fan that when she gets powers, she's kind of the one that sort of helps push the team along into helping.
Do you want to keep going? Because there's plenty more. We have Dasha Polanco as Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her.
She is from Orange is the New Black. She plays Daya, one of my favorite characters. She's like the youngest woman, one of the youngest kids in the jail. She goes to jail, and her mother is also in jail, and those are the characters. So yeah, people will know this actress from Orange is the New Black. But she plays Jessica Cruz, who was created by Jeff Johns, who also created his own Green Lantern. Right, for the New 52.
Jessica Cruz which is the one based on his sister?
Well, I mean, he's Lebanese. Yeah. Is it really Jessica Cruz?
No, it can't be Jessica Cruz. I think Jessica Cruz is the newer Green Lantern. We're not up on our Green Lantern facts here.
Yeah, sorry, folks. I feel terrible.
Oh no, she was created by Jeff Johns in 2014, though. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe this is the one then. I'm not sure.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, she doesn't necessarily have to be Lebanese for it to be based on his sister.
Right. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, sorry, Simon Baz. I keep forgetting his Green Lantern's name, but Simon Baz, yeah.
Yes, and you know what? I think his sister was the inspiration for Stargirl. I think we're mixing characters up.
Ruh-roh, don't cancel us.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there you go. Yeah, we got it all wrong. Okay, Jamila Jamil.
Yeah.
Who did she play?
She is. Oh, let me go back. Jamila Jamil is Diana Prince. So she plays Wonder Woman. Jamila Jamil is perfect and amazing. You will see her in the upcoming She-Hulk, and she's also one of 4 brilliant judges on HBO's hit runway show Legendary.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Jermaine Clement plays your favorite Aquaman.
Yes. Yeah, again, a different take on Aquaman, right? Slightly different take.
Yeah.
He had what was his accent? It was New Zealand, right? Yes, New Zealand.
Yes. Which was because they're from New Zealand, right?
Jermaine Clement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Aquaman. He's from the 7 seas. No, he's American, yeah.
He's from all 7 of the seas. I'm not familiar with John Early.
John Early, I don't know who he is. He played the Flash. He only had a few lines.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's a comedian. I'm just looking him up now. Yeah, I've never seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and then if we're moving on, we have Daveed Diggs, who everyone will know from being in Hamilton. Which
I haven't seen.
Oh, girl, it's on Disney Plus. Get into it. It's so good.
Right.
Yeah, Dasha Blanco we already covered. Sam Levine as Waffles. Wow.
Sam Levine from... Wait, where is he?
Sam J. Levine as Waffles.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe not the same.
And then we have Olivia Wilde as...
Lois Lane.
Yeah, she was good. Really good voice, I thought. Mm-hmm. She stood out.
Yeah, she stood out and also, again, just kind of blended in as a voice.
Right. She didn't really stick out, you're right. Check out Vinyl, the TV show Vinyl by Martin Scorsese. She was in that.
Mm-hmm.
She was good. Excuse me, Lena Headey. How do you pronounce it? Headey?
I think so. Headey?
As Headey, maybe. Yeah, maybe Headey. As Lara, Superman's mother. She was fine. She only had a few lines, but she was good.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have, I don't know this person, Busy Phillips as Foofy Dog.
Yeah, she was in Freaks and Geeks.
I never saw that.
Dawson's Creek.
No.
I didn't watch ER, but Freaks and Geeks for sure, and Dawson's Creek is where I know her from.
Okay.
Yep. Also, famous relative of Wilson Phillips.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yvette Nicole Brown was from Community. She plays Patty, who owned the animal shelter. A really minor role,
right?
But really big voice.
Okay.
She's also a huge Walking Dead super stan, so I think it's kind of funny. And then we have Carl, who's the assistant to Patty in the shelter, who's played by Dan Fogler, who we know from also Walking Dead, and he plays Kowalski from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, I think I remember him. Yes, he just looks different in this picture. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina was Jor-El. I did not know that.
Crazy.
Yep.
It's so funny that he was in there for 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. And these are the kinds of people who are celebrities who I'm accustomed to hearing the voices as voice actors, and they just are just flash in the pan.
Yep. Okay. Awesome character. Keith David as Doggell. Hello. Awesome character name. And Keith David, I've been a fan of his for decades.
Yeah.
I know him from, I don't even know what I know him from. He was in Roadhouse. He was in
literally everything.
Yeah. He's just known for that voice. He's great.
Yeah. I don't know I can't remember what he did the most lately. He's just one of those, he's just a working actor who is just always working.
Yeah.
Because he's phenomenal voice actor and a phenomenal actor. I mean, he's Juilliard educated.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's available to all because he lives and is from New York. So, yeah.
See,
Okay.
Sorry, I have to point out, I forgot. Yes, he's in The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. That's what I mainly know him from. But anyway.
I know him as the voice of Goliath from Gargoyles.
Okay.
He just has like that voice. Oh, it looks like he was in Spawn too. Al Simmons, Spawn.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So
go ahead.
Oh no, sorry.
Pascal. Did we talk about this person? Pascala Petrolo? I don't know who he played.
Where are you seeing that?
I'm seeing it on just Google. He's Italian apparently.
Okay.
I don't know who he played. Doesn't matter. I don't know who he played. Yeah, we're getting down to like the lower tier here. No offense against these actors, but these are smaller parts in the film. Actually, the only other character I have named here is Mercy Graves, played by Maya Erskine. I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Erskine?
Erskine, probably Erskine, yeah.
And I'm not familiar with that actor at all.
Yeah, she was good though. But anyway, so we.
Mercy Graves is Lex Luthor's
assistant,
henchwoman.
Yes, henchwoman.
Cool.
So we've pretty much gone through everyone. Again, we talked about how most of them were good, but the standouts were probably Kate McKinnon and probably Olivia Wilde, actually.
Oh, yeah. For me, it'll always be Kate McKinnon. And that's about it.
Yeah, she was the linchpin. Like, she made it for me. Like, I was, again, like I said, I was snickering throughout the whole movie. So let's talk about like the plot. I mean, we don't talk about the plot, but where do you rate this movie? We talked about this a little bit about at the beginning, but how do you compare it to something like Lego Movie? And the reason I bring up Lego Movie is partly because I loved it, but also because this director did work on Lego Movie and Lego Batman.
Yeah.
But I thought those were better. Yeah.
So just for anyone who's wondering, it's Jared Stern as the director that we're talking about. I think the Lego Movie is better than this. The humor, maybe it's because he shared writing duties with other writers that made the humor kind of funnier, for lack of like any other way. Yeah, sharper. That's a really good way to put it. It was just sharper. The humor in this was very like cutesy, but we're working with animals here. We're dealing with animals here who are kind of in their own animal world. Like humans can't hear them. The Justice League for sure can't understand any of them.
Yes.
Which is sort of, which, do you know what? It does not become a gag in the plot, which was kind of nice. They usually, like, pet things usually play that sort of gap for laughs, and I was really glad that they didn't. And it was more they played it a couple times for laughs with Superman, but when they spoke, it wasn't when Krypto spoke, Superman wasn't misunderstanding what he quote barked.
Right.
Like they got it.
Yeah.
And yeah. I liked that the plot was super simple, like a Lego Movie, where it was like, here's the thing, it wasn't super simple. There was like almost like an A, B, and C plot thing happening, where it didn't have to. It could have just been an A plot. It didn't have to be an A, B plot either. So like A plot would have been Krypto feeling left out because Superman is now becoming serious with Lois, and Krypto has to deal with that. B plot is all of the pets get Lex Luthor is trying to take over the world and destroy Superman by obtaining orange kryptonite. C plot is the guinea pig trying to team up with Lex Luthor.
That's definitely a C or D plot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so. Am I forgetting a plot?
Not really. I don't think. I mean, there's the big plot, which is Lulu's thing, and then the then the arc of Krypto is to learn to not to be attached to Superman and let him be happy with Lois Lane, right? And then every character sort of has their own mini plots of themselves, but those are the two main plots for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think where this movie falls short is not the comedy. The comedy, I think, was still, it wasn't like someone went through the script with a pen and said, no, cut this, it's not sharp enough. Where I feel like someone did that with a Lego movie. Like if it didn't land, they just cut it. And it was only the leftovers were funny. Also, Andy Samberg's voice is just hilarious.
I forget, was he in the Lego movie?
Yeah,
I totally forgot. He's one of my favorite actors. Okay.
I can't remember the lead Lego figure.
Right.
But he was the lead, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. It was like the jokes weren't edited fully, but they were still all really funny.
You know, maybe this is part of the problem is that I do love The Rock. I love The Rock, but maybe he wasn't able to do his best in this role because part of his humor is his face and his physicality. So maybe his voice on its own is not funny enough, right? I mean, that's not what he's known for, is his voice acting. So
yeah, and he's certainly like a fine Krypto, but it seemed like a weird choice to make him Krypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because his voice is so recognizable that every time Krypto talked, I just saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in my head.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like I said earlier, it still didn't sound like it's like because let's be clear, Dwayne Johnson's an actor, but The Rock is kind of like a character, and it's like when he's The Rock, he's really funny, and he uses that persona in some of his movies, but it felt like in this movie he wasn't being as funny as he could be. Maybe that's what I felt like.
Yeah, and it's like Angelina Jolie, like, and most actors, they're mostly making films that their kids can enjoy at this point.
Yeah, older actors are. Yeah.
They're taking roles. They're taking more family roles. This is one of the better picks. I mean, not to disparage the Tooth Fairy or anything, but which I also saw in the theater. Help us, Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like I knew every time he talked. It was definitely him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now does this make you want to see a good DC animated film like Spider-Verse, but about Superman and Krypton and Smallville and all that stuff, or?
No.
Okay.
It makes me want to see more animated properties. Maybe.
From DC?
Yeah. And I hear that there's a lot of their films that are animated that have been released lately have been extremely good. And we're kind of missing out on them. A lot of the extended universe, so like the CW universe stuff, is also really good. I mean, I don't want this to devolve into an argument of like the DCEU and how this fits into the DCEU, because it, like, right now it's sitting at the very top of the pile. If it's
I mean, I don't care about where it fits at all, but it's definitely one of the better DC films of the last few years, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's one of the most enjoyable. The Justice League is doing exactly what the Justice League is supposed to do, which is like hero.
I thought they were supposed to murder people and like destroy cities. No.
Well.
Anyway.
That's neither here nor there.
So yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about this movie. I would like to see another one. I would like to see one that's maybe a bit funnier, a little bit better. But overall, I definitely enjoyed this film. And Kate McKinnon was the standout. She was great. So I guess we're using numbers now. So I give this film, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I will give we're using numbers. I was going to use superpowered guinea pigs.
Okay.
I give this 8.5 superpowered guinea pigs out of 10.
All right.
And I just want to say, hearing a 7-year-old describe a naked guinea pig hitting the wall
Oh, that's
What
right.
did she say? She's like, oh my God, it sounded like a piece of salami.
So specific. That's awesome.
This is very specific. I'm like, you hear the sound of salami hitting the wall often?
Yeah, often enough that you can place it like that. That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, it definitely made the film viewing enjoyable for me. How would I have enjoyed myself just as much if there wasn't a constantly chuckling 7-year-old beside me? Yes. The answer is yes. I loved the humor. I thought it was like, whatever. I thought it was great. I can't get over like the written humor. Like, I am Lulu, daughter of Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Just so good. It's so funny.
Some of Kate McKinnon's lines were so funny that I wonder if she like wrote them herself or rewrote them, because some of them are really good.
Yeah, because you weren't getting that you weren't, the levels of humor were different for almost every animal.
Yeah, I agree.
And we didn't really talk about it. We just mentioned who the voices were. We didn't really get into it, and I won't really get into it, but the person I think I was most disappointed by was Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah, I mean, she was funny, but not quite what I thought she'd be. Hey?
Yeah.
Right, I agree.
Just like this tired turtle that was like cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay, well, there you go. Another good entry from DC's like scattered random film schedule. We just found out yesterday or today that they canceled the Batgirl film. We don't know what's going on there. We don't know who's running the show, but we'll see how things go in the next few years, right? Hopefully they'll right the ship. But anyway, so yeah, this is Comic Book Syndicate. We also do podcasts. Here comes the Spider-Cast, Flea Market Fantasy, Morville Orville, Full Volume Podcast. Is that still going?
It is. We're just taking a break right now. We're going to take a full 4-week hiatus between we finished up Ms. Marvel, and then She-Hulk drops in a couple weeks. So we'll be back every Sunday for that.
Nice. There you go. So all of our episodes of all of our shows are available at www.comicbooksyndicate.com. There you go. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.